So today we're doing something a little bit different. Now, if you're someone or you know someone who's trying to get into anime, I feel like the first anime they watch is super important to get into and branch off to different animes. You have to decide which anime is the best anime for them to start with. And there's a few animes you should start with and there's a few animes you should not start with. But we're gonna get into that today. The big disclaimer right now. Trigger warning, hot take warning. Everything I say is opinionated, all right? Nothing I say is factual. Nothing I say is 100% facts. You probably have recommended your friend, hey, watch X anime, and they were on that, and now they're watching like 20 different animes, right? That's fine. I'm glad you did that. You introduced someone to anime. But some people who are super apprehensive to anime, and they're very skeptical, and it's very hard for them to get in, and so putting them on the wrong path is gonna turn them away from anime. There's a lot of animes out there. There's a lot of different genres out there, right? A lot of different stories out there that people can get into and can get attached to. So, first thing you have to do is know your friend's taste. Everyone have different tastes. Everyone like different genres. People like sci-fi, people like crime, people like action, people like fighting. Knowing their personality, knowing their patience, and knowing their taste is super important. So, I got this idea from Tim the Tatman and Nick Merckx. So Nick Merckx, normie, complete Norman, doesn't like anime, probably watches The Office like 3 times already. Super apprehensive to anime, keep that in mind, right? Tim, he loves it. He has like a bunch of tattoos of like a bunch of different anime characters. He's a weeb, and he's trying to get Nick Merckx into anime, right? And he's trying to decide, what anime should I recommend my friend? I'm gonna paint you guys the picture right now. He's just the type of person to think anime is weird, right? Like, oh, what? That fucking Naruto shit? What? That's the Avatar shit? No, bro. What? Anime is fucking weird, bro. Anyway, you want to fucking pick some heavy weights up and put it down and chug some creatine, bro? That's him. That's Nick Merckx right there, right? Someone who's super apprehensive to watching anime in general. What would you recommend? I say there's 3 criterias. Good pacing. Anime gotta have good pacing. Look, when someone's super apprehensive to watching anime, they have little patience. They're not gonna stick through it and just like, you can't tell them, bro, stick through episode 200, bro, it gets there, bro, trust me, bro. After this arc, bro, trust me. You can't do that with them. They're gonna drop at episode 1 if it's not clutches them right then and there. Criteria 2, little to no cringy anime humor. Now this is very subjective. Humor is very subjective, right? I personally think the humor in anime does not translate well to the Western audience. And the third one, it has to be digestible. It can't be too long. If you tell me to watch One Piece right now, I'm literally not gonna talk to you ever again, all right? If you say One Piece, I'm banning you from chat. Honest to God, all right? Do not recommend anyone One Piece or any long-running show. So, the first show I think anyone should get into is Death Note. Now, Death Note, I put 2 of my friends on it. They love it. Every single episode is suspenseful. Every single episode is a thriller, right? Death Note is Pog. All the characters are well written. Everything that happens in the story has a meaning, a purpose, and Death Note is a crime, mystery, thriller anime, right? I think most people will enjoy this. And I think Death Note tries to keep everything in the realm of reality, logic, and reasoning. You know how some anime is just like, the power of friendship, we'll get this done, and they just power through? Death Note really doesn't do that. There's a lot of good rational thinking and good storytelling, good plot devices that pushes the story forward. And I don't really want to spoil it to anyone who hasn't watched Death Note or who's watching this as a reference to trying to get into anime, but this one is very short, 37 episodes, super digestible, very little cringy anime humor. I say like Misa Misa is like the only comedic relief, and she's kind of a little cringy, but I think most people can look past that, and it's a really good show. And don't tell them to watch the live action, right? We got to that, right? Live action is a no-go. Keep them on the anime. All right, next one. I don't know why, but some people think this show is overrated. First time I thought, looking at the show, right? Just looking at like the splash art or looking at the cover art, I was like, what is this show? The show looks boring. It's like what, old European times, old cunts? Like this show can't be that good. I'm telling you right now, that's the whole point of the show. It destroys your expectation, right? Everything that you think the show's about, it will just twist it 180, put it on its head, spin it around. That's Attack on Titan. Maybe like tiny bit like cringy anime humor here and there, but like very dispersed and not much of it in the later parts of the show. All the characters have their purpose. All their characters pushes the story forward, has good writing, everything and all that, right? Every single time an episode comes out, it is trending. That's for a reason. Diagon Time is super, super, super good to get into. All right, the next one. This one I was a little bit apprehensive about. I'm gonna be honest. I don't like Cowboy Bebop. I think it's a little bit too episodic. It doesn't have a good coherent plot. The dub version of Cowboy Bebop is really good. Music, the animation, the world building, a lot of the characters and how they interact with each other, written very well. I think the show is too episodic, and maybe that's a good thing for some people, right? Some people don't like following like super long, plot heavy like shows, right? It's short enough, like 26 episodes, right? I think Cowboy Bebop should suffice for a first anime. So, animes that you have to stay away from. There's just some animes you should not watch before watching at least like 2 or 3. At least watching a few animes to understand like the cultural difference, the humor, or like how the stories are written. So, these are the shows that you should stay away from. Naruto. It pains me so much to say this. It is one of my favorite anime. I grew up with this. The story is so good. I love a lot of the characters in it. The arcs are so good. One, too many fillers. It has too many fillers. I mean, anyone can open up a anime guide and say, oh yeah, skip episode X to Y, right? No one wants to do that for the first anime. Why would anyone want to do that? If you want to do that, then that's fine. If you want to recommend your friend to do that, and that's fine, right? And if they're okay with doing it, that's fine. I still think the pacing of it is still just a little bit too slow. I don't think the humor in Naruto is like that bad, but it's a little bit cringy here and there. So Naruto, I can't recommend it as a first gateway anime to anyone. Next one, One Piece. Say what you will, One Piece is a masterpiece. Oh bro, stick with it, it's so good. Bro, One Piece is so good, it's such a masterpiece. Bro, you're missing out. No, like imagine this. You told me, bro, watch One Piece. Gotta watch One Piece. One Piece is so good. Okay, all right, I'll watch it. Let's see what it's all about, right? One Piece. So it's per season. Oh, wait, is it episode 972? Is this right? Are you kidding me? How could you recommend anyone One Piece when there's almost 1,000 episodes? You gotta think it like this. Anime, honestly, is for everybody. I think anime is for fucking little zoomers. I think anime is for fucking boomers. I think anime is for your mom and pa. And some people have responsibility. People don't have the time to binge watch 12 episodes in a day. And they don't have the patience to stick to all the way to the very end. So I don't think it's a good idea to recommend someone One Piece because it's way too long. It's just way too long. All right, the next one, Dragon Ball. A lot of people grew up with Dragon Ball, and that was probably a lot of people's first anime. I get that, but it does not stand the test of time. Pacing, god awful. A fight is like 20 episodes. Personally, I don't think the story is that good either. So it's not even good sticking with it and watching the whole series. I personally like Dragon Ball. I grew up with it. I like some of the characters in Dragon Ball. I like what Dragon Ball brought to the table and what it did for, you know, shonen in general. But I cannot recommend anyone to start off with Dragon Ball. Personally, I can't watch it or rewatch it nowadays, but some people can. But look, if you want to watch it later down the road, then that's fine. But it should not be your first anime. So this is to the people who hasn't watched anime yet. I say go in with it, no expectation. If someone's gonna recommend you a show, believe them, go in with no expectation. Don't watch any trailers, don't read anything about it, because once you're apprehensive about it, once you're like, just like, no, I don't like it, you're gonna make yourself hate it. And if you don't like it within 3 episodes, then you can drop it. I think it's kind of BS to say like, bro, you gotta stick it to like episode 20, right? Or episode like 50, right? Before it gets good. No. You can even drop it. I say you can even drop it by like episode 1 if you don't like it. It might be a hot take, but there's so many good shows out there and so many good form of entertainment and media out there. I don't think you should waste your time with something that you don't like and not enjoying the whole experience throughout. I want to hear what you guys would recommend someone. All that discussion, all that thought process. What was your recommendation to a friend? If you did recommend something to your friend, what was your first anime, right? Demon Slayer, okay, let me just say this right now. Demon Slayer, love the animation, love the story, but it's just too much cringy humor. Zenitsu, it's just a terrible comedic relief. Inosuke, also terrible comedic relief. I don't like their characters. It might grow into a more like cool character later on, but what they're doing with them right now, it's terrible. Yu-Gi-Oh was, it's like the heart of the card stuff. It's so wacky. It's kind of like the power of anime friendship. I don't think that works well with a lot of people. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I'm gonna pull like this OP broken card. Oh, look, I pulled it. I play it and I win. What about Jujutsu Kaisen? I think it's a great show. If you like fighting and like martial arts and someone who really enjoys that, definitely recommend that to them. But I distinctly remember there's just like really weird like anime like cringy humor in there, and it just I mean, I feel like some people can look past it, but honestly it detracts from, I mean, I think a lot of the humor happens at the very later end of the episode, so I don't think it matter. Like, it doesn't happen in between. Like Fire Force, like the fan service happening in the middle of like the fight just completely ruins it, right? Also, fan service. Be careful with fan service. I mean, straight up, if your friend's a Coomer, go ahead and recommend that to them, right? Recommend them some fucking like real fucking Coomer degenerate shit if they want to get into that. Attack on Titan, all the way best anime ever created. Some people think it's overrated, which is kind of crazy. I don't know why some people think Attack on Titan is overrated. Maybe people just like hating on it, or they just don't like the political side of like Attack on Titan. But I don't know. Death Note's not a bad one to recommend yet. Oh, the potato chip scene might be weird for them. True. That's the super anime like dramatized like thing. But I don't think it detracts from the show from that much. It might be really weird. It's like, wait, what the fuck just happened? He just ate a chip so dramatically, like why? And he was just writing down names. But honestly, I don't think it detracts from the show that much. It was just like it happened in like that episode, and that's like the only bad thing that I would say about Death Note. Naruto or Attack on Titan? I got Naruto. That's crazy. I mean, both I believe are goated shows, but I can't recommend anyone Naruto. Personally, if you told me like which one is your favorite, I'd say Naruto. Objectively, I think Attack on Titan is written better, but I think Naruto is my personal favorite. It is just straight bias. Tokyo Ghoul. Oh my god. I think Tokyo... this is not even a hot take, but Tokyo Season 1 is good. Tokyo Season 2 is like meh, and Season 3 is just like, what just happened? I don't think it's a good starting anime just because of that reason. It doesn't have a good conclusion. And people are gonna tell you, bro, read the manga. Like, what? Yeah, go read the manga, but like people sometimes just want to turn off their brain and just watch a show, right? And not just like read like manga, or like have to buy manga or rent manga, or like go on like whatever manga site. Some of my friends were fine with starting with Black Clover and Naruto, but that wouldn't work for everybody. Yeah, like Black Clover, Asta's just screaming like the first 5 episodes. That's terrible. I can't put that through anybody. I think there's a lot of better isekais that does fantasy better than Black Clover. And also Black Clover is long. Once Tokyo Ghoul got to Season 3, everything was just everywhere. Nothing made sense anymore. Exactly. That's why I can't recommend anyone Tokyo Ghoul. Like, if you want to recommend someone Tokyo Ghoul, tell them to stop at Season 1. Same thing with Promised Neverland. They screwed up Promised Neverland at Season 2. Just tell them to stop right there. There's no point of just continuing. Just say like, fill in the blanks in your mind, and that would be a better show than what they did. Yeah, it could have been a great starter too, but you know, they fucked it so hard. They rushed it. They needed a Season 3, but they just decided, hey, let's just wrap everything up in Season 2. Prison School? You fucking Coomer, shut up. Do not recommend Prison School to anybody. Dude, I love it. I'm gonna be honest, that's one of my guilty pleasures, but don't recommend that shit to anybody. You can't recommend that as a first anime.